Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing another video on advice about model cars and model car collecting. Now today's video is going to be on how to ensure the resale value on your model car. Now firstly, I don't think you should really buy model cars in order to flip them. I'm sure collectors out there have done that in the past and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but you should collect something that you're passionate in, whether it is supercars, planes, boats, trains, etc, etc. If you collect something that you love and you have a passion for, then the money side of things you won't really need to worry about that much. Now for me, I like supercars, I like hypercars, I like world record cars, and that's what I collect, that's what I enjoy. So I don't think about the resale value on my model car collection because I don't really intend on selling any of my model cars down the line. But in the case that I change my mind or something arises in the future, it's nice to know that I've done everything I can to ensure that I get the best price for my model cars. So I'm going to run past a few of my top tips on how to ensure getting the best value for money when you're collecting a model car collection. So I've decided to feature my Bugatti Chiron World Record Edition for this video, as this model probably hits most of my points that I'm going to list. So number one is rarity. When you're looking to have a good resale value on a model, you want to buy a model that the manufacturer is not going to make a lot of. It's a limited production line. Now BBR and MR collection models do, I'd probably say, no more than 100 models of each specification on average, and it's best to get the models that are very limited in numbers. Some BBR models only make 24 pieces or 36 pieces, so there's not many of them out there, and that does help if you want to sell your models down the line for a higher price. For this Bugatti Chiron, there's only 99 pieces of this model, and this is model number 2 in the production line. I don't know if it's best to get an earlier made car than a mid to late range car. Some of the number ones tend to go for a bit more money by MR. My SVJ Roadster is number 1, and that was about 20-30 euros more than the other ones, so maybe getting a number 1 slot is more desirable, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. Also the history about the model car. Now that's quite important. Is there any historic prominence about the model car that makes it interesting or desirable to future collections? Now the reason I chose this Bugatti Chiron, as you can see, it's got the 0 to 400 and 0 on the windshield, is I didn't want to just get an average Chiron in blue or white or red or etc, etc. I wanted to get a Chiron that's actually done something, has broken a world record. And when MR released this version of the Bugatti Chiron with the wing up as well, I thought that this is probably the wiser model to get for the future, as it held the world record to go from 0 to 400 in 42 seconds. So people recognise this car and they recognise the the blue accents and the other details that are on this model car that are not on other Chirons. Like for example, MR didn't have the wing up on most of their other models, and I think having the wing up on the Chiron makes it look a bit more aggressive, a bit more agile, and I think it suits the whole stance of the model quite well. So that's another point. If you're looking to resell the model down the line, look for a model that's broken the world record, has famous drivers that have driven it, any history that dates back to the model is all quite interesting, and I think it bodes well for the future if you're looking to get a better price than what you paid for the model. Also, this is probably quite an obvious one, but buying from well-known and respected manufacturers like MR Collections, and buy directly from their website. There are loads of other websites out there that kind of will take your pre-order money, say that you've got a slot on a car, but it's not the real MR Collections website. So try and go on the actual MR Collections website or BBR Collections, BBR models, and buy from well-known and respected manufacturers in this industry. If you're buying die-cast models, I would recommend buying AutoArt signature models, especially some of the old AutoArt signature models. They're going really sky high in prices now, and collectors are after them because of their rarity, and they know that AutoArt's not going to make signature models anymore. So well-known manufacturers is a good tip if you want to increase your price down the line. Now, keeping all your models in the mint condition, so I would highly recommend buying the hard plexiglass display case over the model. This comes pretty much standard now on all BBR and MR models. This just helps to keep all the dust off your model, protects it if you want to display it in your cabinet, and also with the plexiglass case on, you don't have to clean it. It comes perfect by MR and BBR, so you don't have to clean it, you don't have to take it out the case. And I think that the less time you spend, cleaning it and taking it out of the case, and less likely you're going to break something or something's going to go wrong. So always just keep it in the plexiglass case just in case anything does happen. I've had something before where I've clipped a wing mirror when I was trying to take off a case, so from then on I've always kept the case on and left it on permanently, so I still think it looks fine with the case on. Also, keeping everything original. I mean, collectors like as it was from the manufacturer. I wouldn't recommend customizing model cars. I mean, unless you want to keep it forever, then go ahead, but customizing colours, etc., I think that increases the chances of decreasing the value of the model car. Collectors like everything original. They like papers in mint condition, box in mint condition, and the model in mint condition. So as it was from the manufacturer is an important tip. Also, you have to look for trends as well, like in the market, what's going, how much are they going for, how much are collectors willing to pay for specific model cars are all quite important. Are model cars decreasing, or are they increasing in value? Some of the rare ones, some of the older ones. So that's all quite important to ensure you get the best price down the line if you want to come and sell your model car. Now, another important piece of advice I would say is other than the condition of the model, is to notice about different scales. So I predominantly collect 118 models. It's probably one of the most popular scales to collect. So therefore more collectors will be after 118 models. And if the demand outdoes the supply, then prices tend to go higher. So 118 is a popular scale. It's a trend that most collectors follow, over the 112 scales, which are double the price of 118. So there's a lesser market for 112 and 143 models. So those are overall my top tips on trying to ensure a higher price if you do come to sell your model cars. As I've said, none of my model cars are for sale, but it's always nice just to keep everything in mint condition and as it was from when I got it from the manufacturer. So I hope I've given some decent advice to all the collectors out there who have just started or have a collection already. And I hope to see you guys on my next video, which will be tomorrow, on my top 5 favourite models in my collection. And thank you for watching, and if there's any questions or any models you want to see or any reviews I need to do, then please let me know in the comments and I will do them. Okay guys, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Also, to ensure a higher resale value on your model cars if you ever come to sell them on, is to keep the boxes and the papers for the model cars protected and in a cardboard sleeve or some bubble wrap. For these 2 models, I've just kept it as the manufacturer sent it to me. I've kept the box in the bubble wrap to avoid scratches, tears and other minor damages that just normally come over time, and this just ensures that the box stays in mint condition. So if I do ever come on to sell this model car, the box is in mint condition and all the paperwork that the model car comes with is all in the box, it's all sealed, and I only take it out if I want to display it or change it up in my cabinet or do videos with. The rest of the time it is in the box. So this is another important tip, just to increase your chances of maximizing the price you get on a model car, is to look after the box and the paperwork. Some collectors do neglect this, so I've always kept the boxes in a sleeve or bubble wrap just to avoid minor damage. So another tip, just to keep everything in mint condition for the next collector.